Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm great, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Why does Wahlberg
Yeah.
get the hot dad role, and you kind of play the schlubby dad?
I don't know. It's a great question. Because when I'm walking around town, I'm not gonna lie to you. I get a lot of looks.
From who?
From the female.
Oh, okay.
The female persuasion, and yeah, I mean, we those roles could have easily been interchangeable, but I'm I'm a giving actor. I like to share the ball, so I just let Mark be the hunky one this time.
Do you look? Have you ever looked at a role where you get to put on weight as opposed to take off weight? Because it seems like that's when you get Oscar buzz, when you put on weight for a role. I just like saying Oscar buzz. That's all.
Yeah, I love Oscar buzz.
Have you had Oscar buzz before?
I love all the award shows. We're about to come because we have the holidays and then it's award season and it's a very special time. And there'll be a lot of Oscar buzz. There's already Golden Globe buzz. There'll be SAG buzz. Yeah, it just keeps going on and on. But no, I don't know if I've ever been asked to put on weight. It's usually quite the opposite. It's usually any way you could lose 10 to 15.
Have you
any possible way.
Have you ever had Oscar buzz, Will? Seriously.
I'm trying to think if I've had Oscar buzz. There was a movie I did called Stranger Than Fiction, which was an excellent, more serious role where I was nominated for a Golden Globe, and there was maybe the whispers of Oscar buzz, but that was about it. Slight whispers.
But you know what I'll say? A surprising turn by Will Ferrell in that role.
Yes. Yeah. I got that. Yeah. Surprising turn.
Is that a compliment when they say a surprising turn?
They seem it feels like someone's writing it and going, okay, fine. A surprising turn. One review was like, he's an okay actor. So that's what you get used to.
Okay,
things
but
like that.
If I gave you 10 reviews and 9 were really good and 1 was bad,
yeah.
Does the one trump 9?
No, I'm pretty much impervious to them now. Just because you really just learn to avoid reading any of that stuff, because a lot of times even when someone says, "Oh, you should read that review," and such, it's a really nice review. It usually the first 2 paragraphs usually start with, "I've always hated this guy." However,
but
in this film, he was surprisingly funny. So, and I'm always like, "Can you give me a heads up? Can you just give me a heads up that the first 2 paragraphs are bumpy?"
But this is what you need to do. You always read from the bottom up.
Okay. Well, that's what now I know.
Yes.
I know.
But would your wife, because sometimes your wife will filter things, or my wife will. They're like, yeah, you don't want to hear this. Would your wife filter things to you, or if somebody says, "Oh, did Will see this?" Or you should see what they said about it.
Yeah, my wife doesn't really pay attention to any of that stuff. Some of the people in my world in terms of reps and things like that will when there's radio silence, I know it's not good. Yeah. But especially in comedy, it's 50-50 at best, just because people are so subjective. So you just plow ahead and I know, like I was my previous point, I've always got my good looks to fall back on.
I like that. He's Will Ferrell. Yeah. The movie is Daddy's Home. It comes out on Christmas Day. Have you ever asked for nudity in a film when there wasn't nudity in a film?
Like I've demanded?
Well, not demanded, but if you ever said, you know what would be funny, and then you throw in nudity.
Not so much. There was sometimes I remember we were writing Talladega Nights, and we came up with the joke that Ricky Bobby thinks he's on fire. And for those NASCAR fans out there, the driver's suits are fire repellent, and so that Ricky Bobby goes so crazy. We thought it would be so funny that he decides to get out of his suit, which would then lead him to just be running around in his underwear with a helmet on. So that just kind of organically happened. It wasn't. I don't pick up a script and go, "It's page 60," and I'm not. I'm not out of my clothes. We got to change this.
But how does it affect?
These moments just seem to happen.
But with your kids now at their age, do they then hear from other kids about the roles that you play and anything that embarrasses them?
No, well, they're pretty tough with me, but I think they're quietly proud of the recognition. But I don't. I usually get just kind of a nice pat on the shoulder, like "nice job, oh, nice job," and then it's usually like, what's a really funny movie, Dad? You got to see Sandler. That guy kills it. And so, but I'm fine. They're going to develop their own comedy tastes, and what can I do?
Would your kids trade you straight up for Kevin Hart?
A Kevin Hart and a comedian to be named later?
How about you for Kevin Hart and Louis C.K. straight up?
There's no awareness of Louis C.K., but I think they would trade me for a Sandler. They would trade me for any of the characters on American Dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they like their animated comedy shows, Simpsons, those sorts of things.
Are you looking at any sequels?
Not as of right now.
What would be the sequel that you might look at?
The sequel that I might look at would probably be. It wouldn't even be one of my movies. I'd love to do a sequel to Kramer versus Kramer.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to
feel like there's?
So you're Dustin Hoffman? Oh, you're the kid. Oh, you're the kid.
Yeah, I'm the kid, and you're going to see the effect of divorce on my life.
Divorce is really funny.
Yeah, we'll make comedy. Yeah, and I'll figure out a way to get shirtless in it as well.
But Elf, like you wouldn't do Elf again or any, like there's no movie where you go.
There's been a lot. Yeah, there's the studio would love to do the Elf thing, but that's a tough one because thematically that's a classic kind of fish out of water story, and he discovered the whole a brand new world, and once you've kind of crossed that line, I don't know what else you do with. Buddy now lives, has 2 kids and lives in suburbia, but is still amazed by an ATM machine. I don't know what you do with that character.
Yeah, but Elf immortalized you.
Yeah, somehow, some way it did. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm still working.
You don't need to.
I should just hang it up. I should come and intern with you guys.
I don't know if I ever thanked you properly for when you came in as Ron Burgundy. And
that was fantastic. What a great day.
But you spent 2 hours here and could not have been nicer, because people talk about that. They're like, what's Will Ferrell like? And I said, I always look and see how people are with the people behind the scenes. You were nice to me, but the camera people and everybody else, and you signed autographs. You couldn't have been nicer. And even when you walked out of the building, it was like a boy band just left the building. You were great, and that's one of my favorite memories of doing this show.
It was great fun for me, and I really appreciate you saying that. And because that wasn't easy, because you've got a bunch of jerks working there, and I just had to turn on the charm and put on my game face.
It was awkward though to talk to you, and you said, "Look, I'm not going to be Will Ferrell at all. I'm Ron Burgundy." So I had to catch myself when you were like you're getting your makeup fixed or something during the commercial breaks, and I want to ask you normal questions. I'm talking to Ron Burgundy, and we're not even on the air, and I'm going, how do you do? it was weird. It was one of those where I go, I don't even know what to say to him because I have to talk to you as a fictitious person.
Yes. No, it was. You had to be very disciplined that day, as well. Yeah, but that was a great day. Fantastic.
But it was a Daniel Day-Lewis performance by you. You stayed in character the entire time, and that's what the great ones do.
Well, appreciate it, Dan. I don't really know what to say.
Well, but well, try. Just try to say something.
I've been asked to host Miss Universe next year. Got that.
Okay. Is Steve Harvey, how embarrassing is that?
Poor guy. You know what it reminded me of was the do you remember the Marissa Tomei, my cousin Vinny Oscar moment?
No.
Yeah, the urban legend is that I believe Christopher Walken was presenting. Whoever was presenting, the urban legend is that she didn't actually win, and that he looked up on the prompter and saw the last name of the last nominee and just went, Marissa Tomei.
Oh, it's Jack Palance, I think.
Jack Palance, there we go.
And so...
Of course, that's never been proven, but...
Or disproven.
And I hope Marissa's not listening right now. She's going to be pissed at me.
She likes to squeeze in an hour of this show before she goes to yoga every morning. So, great. Congrats, Will. That's a buzzkill. Paulie,
I just lost you a fan.
Yeah. You did. Paulie, do you have that with Jack Palance in front of you?
Yeah, I'm watching it, and Will may have a point because you see Jack Palance waving at the teleprompter guy, roll it down, and then he goes
He's
to...
got a little hitch there, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a hitch, and then he goes to the envelope, and he squints at it like he can't really get the envelope, and he looks back up, and he says, Marissa Tomei. There's some...
So...
Oh, man.
But now that's Price Waterhouse
or something
in charge of that. You'd think they would make an announcement later,
but would you accept an Oscar if that happened to you and you didn't really win and they announced your name? They mistakenly announced you as the winner.
You know what I would do? I would say, "There's no way I won it. They're lying. I'm keeping it," and put up a fight for about a week, and then publicly admit, "Okay, I was lying. I didn't really win it," and give it back.
You could do a Miss Universe movie.
Didn't what's her face already do one though?
Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Sandy B.
All right, maybe not.
She already kind of
maybe. Yeah, forget that.
Let's strike that one off the record. Yeah.
Could you take Wahlberg?
In what way?
Fight.
Oh, in a fight? No way. No, he would really crush me. We were wrestling once for something. I think it was in the other guys, and he got me in a headlock, and he almost choked me out. And I thought, if for some reason we were at odds with each other and we didn't know each other, it would be over for me. Yeah.
The movie is Daddy's Home. I think Fritzy's being called and told for us to shut up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to do some other interviews, but you know what? We start with the best, Dan. We start with you guys, and then we go down the list.
Good luck with the movie, and in all sincerity, what you did when you came here as Ron Burgundy is one of the highlights of doing this job.
Thanks, Dan. It was the same for me. Loved it.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
You got a little emotional there, Will Ferrell.